Hello there, we're live from our studios here in Kokomlimle on digital address GA0992539, your home of fearless, credible and independent journalism. Our lead stories this hour. Authorities of National Health Insurance condemn practice where health facilities demand of pregnant women cash for medical treatment in spite of the free maternal health care policy on the NHIS. We talk to the NHIA, the Ghana Health Service, and we hear the story of a mother denied access to the remains of her dead baby because she owed money. And has Ghana been swindled in its engagement of a middleman for the purchase of Russia's Sputnik V vaccines? And where are the initial 300,000 doses ordered? We hear from the majority and minority on Parliament's Health Committee as we engage the Ministry of Health officials and tell you what the World Health Organization thinks about vaccine purchase. Also today, we revisit the Asante region where a 4-year-old is reported missing in Offenso, making the number of missing children in the region there in the last few weeks 4, with all 3 found killed. We hear a mother's passionate appeal for help to find her son. Join us on DSTV 421, GoTV 144. We're streaming live on YouTube, and of course, we are on our social media handles. WhatsApp us on 0540109009. My name is Gifty Ando Apia. This is The Pulse. Please be my guest. You're welcome to the details of those stories now. Even before the dust settles on the raging controversy over government procurement of the Sputnik V vaccines, Joy News is learning the Health Ministry has contracted another supplier to purchase the drugs at $26 per dose. An investigation by Norwegian-based VG newspaper demanded some answers after it alleged that Ghana's government bought the vaccine at $19, despite the global competitive pricing hovering around $10. Marcus Tobiasin is the paper's lead investigator.
So our investigation mainly deals with how the Russian Sputnik vaccine has been sold through intermediaries in the United Arab Emirates to a number of countries, amongst other Ghana. Well, we don't know the exact details of all the deals that have been made along the way, but what we see is that the Russians are selling vaccines through their monetary fund, the RDIF, the Russian Direct Investment Fund. And they have made deals with a company called Avrogulf in the United Arab Emirates. That company, again, has made the Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum an exclusive sales agent for a number of countries, amongst other Ghana. So that's what we can say about the route. And as you correctly said, the Russians are selling vaccines at about $10 per dose. We see that from public deals that have been made, where the contracts have been made public in the likes of Slovakia and Hungary.
Marcus Tobiasin there spoke to me last week. The minority in Parliament had criticized government for contracting businessman Sheikh Ahmed Dalmoud Al Maktoum to procure 300,000 doses of the Sputnik V vaccine at the cost of $19 per dose, arguing it was a rip-off for the country. Their concerns come at the back of the WHO's warning to Ghana against engaging what they call suspicious middlemen in its desperate bid to secure vaccines. It asked the Ghana and other vulnerable countries to deal directly with vaccine manufacturers or thoroughly check the background of the vaccine middlemen. The WHO says many middlemen are selling fake vaccines at inflated prices. Here is a WHO's Assistant Director General for Access to Medicines and Health Products, Mariangela Batista Galvao Simao.
Use vaccines that have received emergency use listing by WHO, which are now 8 vaccines. Second, we have received concerns from countries, not only you're citing the Gamaleya vaccine right now, the Sputnik, but we have received similar concerns regarding other vaccines with intermediates selling it at a much higher price than what it's been actually sold by the manufacturers. 2 things to be aware of. First of all, is that the vast majority of manufacturers are selling only to public entities, right? So they are selling or to the international procurers, which is in this case of the COVID vaccines, is COVAX, and through to the procurement agencies, UNICEF and PAHO. The other thing to be taken into account, so what we have advised back to countries is to contact the manufacturer to make sure that the intermediate is legal, right? Because there is also the other side of this, because there's a lot of substandard and falsified COVID products being commercialized out there. So you need to know the provenance, where is the procedence, where is this product coming from, who is selling, and whether it's registered and has it been listed by WHO. So there are several things that need to be taken into account into this. During the last World Health Assembly, now that ended last week, we did have a long discussion on substandard and falsified medicines and vaccines circulated in the market. And the internet sales are the way that these procurers reach out to either individuals or governments. So our advice is check with the manufacturer, check the legality of the transaction, and then you make an informed decision. And please make sure that you're buying vaccines that are certified by WHO.
And that's the WHO there. Meanwhile, the chairman of Parliament Health Committee has been fighting back. He's telling the WHO that Ghana does not need advice from the global health body on how to access COVID-19 vaccines. Dr. Ayew Afriyie dismissed the WHO advice, describing it as insulting.
I believe it was one person in the space to bring Sputnik 5%, and we have to make it clear that it's not one person who is in the space. It was made to believe that the price had been inflated for whatever gains that it is. Our understanding is that RDIF, which is the Russian Development Investment Fund, which sees to transactions for acquisition of Sputnik, gives it at the factory price of $10 or 9.90. And then you would have to go through clearance FOB, that's free on board. So it's up to you on how you get it to your country. Now, unlike the AstraZeneca, which is more of the government-to-government system, the Russians use more of middlemen or third parties to be able to do transactions. So what the ministries or governments do is to express interest or give you letters of authorization, and then you go ahead to strike a deal with them. So as far as it is, about 7 companies have letters and various prices ranging between $12 to $19. So if the impression is created as if it is one company and it is created as if it is 19, the other question then is that what happens to the other people who quoted 12, those who quoted lower than $19, and who for some reason all of them have not been able to deliver? Nothing for now. But what I can say for ourselves is that the MPs have gains at the expense of the taxpayer, and all of them have been vaccinated, if not for second dose, first dose. They are serving their family. And other Ghanaians also matter, regardless of your social standing. And that is the mandate of the president. And that is my mandate as the chairman, to see to government business, to correct that misrepresentation in the public, and also to open up for any discussions that would clarify this. I think the agency, or for that matter, the manner in which we find ourselves in are not usual times. And
that's the chairman of the committee, the Parliament Select Committee on Health, Dr. Ayew Afriyie, there dismissing the WHO's advice. But